Now on Monday, while Special Prosecutor Robert Mueller was handing out indictments to Paul Manafort and Rick Gates, Fox News was busy talking about cheeseburgers. Yes, cheeseburgers. There's a video of that segment out there. It's crazy. But look, while they eventually did get to Manafort, mainly by talking about Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, and how it's fake news, their coverage, like I said, left a lot to be desired, even among some Fox News employees who were actually very, very unhappy of the coverage. This is amazing. Now, according to conversations CNN had with several individuals placed throughout the network, who were unnamed, of course, because you can't publicly speak out against Fox News, some employees were embarrassed and humiliated by their network's coverage of the latest revelations in Special Counsel Robert Mueller's investigation into Russian election meddling. Now, one Fox News personality said in a text message to CNN, quote, "I'm watching now and screaming." Damn. That's a pretty strong reaction. Okay. He also said, he or she, we don't know who it is, said, quote, "I want to quit." Okay, well, look, hey, why don't you? Look, it should be obvious to you by now that this is not a news organization. Now, did you just notice that? I mean, you guys didn't see that during the 9 Benghazi investigations headed by Republicans that found that Obama and Hillary Clinton did nothing wrong in Benghazi? Did you just notice that you're not actually a news organization? Like, have you watched Hannity at all? You would have to be screaming. We've been screaming for like the past few years. Do you see nothing wrong, for example, going back to Hannity? Again, do you see anything wrong with all the weird conspiracy theories from Sean Hannity? No, you didn't see anything wrong then, did you? No, it's all now. It's all now. Really. But my criticism aside, one senior Fox News employee told CNN, quote, It is another blow to journalists at Fox who come in every day wanting to cover the news in a fair and objective way." He also said that there were many eye rolls in the newsroom over how the news was covered. There are journalists at Fox News? Really? Not once have I ever seen them break their own story. Okay. I mean, you know, whether it be corruption from the Democratic Party or corruption from the Republican Party, they don't like break stories. Okay. I haven't seen any anyway. They do commentary in the news. They do opinion and they do straight news, and that's fine. I do the same thing. I do commentary on the news. I don't actually go out and break stories. I wish I had the ability to do so, and the funding to be able to do so. But I just do, for now, I do commentary. But I'm also not claiming to be a journalist. These people are like, no, well, they're journalists at Fox News. Well, that would be interesting if, like, okay, I would support you calling them journalists if they actually did some journalism. I don't think they do, but that's just, again, my opinion on this. But, okay. The person also said, quote, "Fox feels like an extension of the Trump White House." Feels like. No, you are. Without a doubt, Fox News is an extension of the White House. And look, every Republican administration, the Bush administration, for example, it was also an extension of the White House. See, Fox News was originally created to be the political arm of the Republican Party, or the media arm of the Republican Party. They're not a news organization. The whole purpose is that Roger Ailes created Fox News for is to go and do Republican talking points and Republican propaganda. That helps the party. That's it. They've never been a news or journalistic operation. Seriously. But anyway, to be fair, they did cover the Mueller investigation as the top story. Let me explain to you how they did so. In contrast with CNN and MSNBC, which aired nonstop rolling coverage throughout the day, Fox News found plenty of time to cover their other topics. like the NFL protests, North Korea, and the tax cut plan, which is basically a plan to cut taxes for the richest Americans. But they won't tell you that. And of course, when they did run segments, those segments happened to be old spin. For example, Fox News aired segments that questioned Mueller's credibility, and many were framed around how Trump and his allies were responding to the news. On Fox News' homepage, the lead story at one point was focused on Trump going after the indictments. Another lead story cited Manafort's lawyer and asked, quote, Mueller's ridiculous claims? Question mark. Oh, but they're just asking a question. That's okay. Now, one Fox News personality told CNN, quote, this kind of coverage does the viewer a huge disservice and further divides the country. Yes, he's absolutely right. But again, what do you think Fox News was about? You hired in, you know this place. You worked there. The whole purpose from the beginning is to do this kind of Republican propaganda. Okay. And yes, they do their viewers a huge disservice. I mean, there's been studies where Fox News viewers are actually less informed than people who don't watch the news. That's because they lie. They put out propaganda. They're not being honest with you. They're not actually reporting the news. Now, look, to be fair, I guess a lot of Republicans in the establishment, they do not like Donald Trump. Let's be fair about that, okay? I mean, you only have to go to Bob Corker, Jeff Flake, John McCain, you know, those establishment Republicans, okay? They don't like Trump because they're like, hey, man, look, we agree politically and ideology, you know, we agree with his ideology, but he's a little too loud. He's outing us in a way that we're not comfortable with. We'll still vote with him. We'll still vote, you know, for the things that he supports, and we still expect him to sign things like giant tax cuts, and we still want to get rid of the ACA. We still do hate brown people, even though we're going to have to start pandering to them if we want to win elections. But, you know, he's a little too loud about this, and it makes us look bad. It's hurting the brand, okay? So that's what that's about. And look, the base, they feel the same. Like, they also agree with Trump on the issues, and the rest of the Republicans on a lot of these issues, but they love how open and honest Trump's about it. Like, for example, Trump, when he said, when he made his campaign announcement, and he was like, Mexicans, rapists. Some rapists and criminals. Some, I think, are good people. The base was like, yes, that's what we think. We also don't like the Mexicans. We also think that they're criminals and rapists. Wonderful. So that's why the base loves Donald Trump. And of course, Fox News, they know their audience, so they've got to pander to that audience. And that's exactly what they do day in and day out. And look, again, they're going to do this fan service. That's why I pretty much called or went to referring to Fox News as state media. That's what I call them. Now, what's interesting is going back to CNN here, Fox News journalists took significant issue with their network's opinion hosts, who deflected from the news and, in Sean Hannity's case, characterized Mueller's investigation as, quote, a witch hunt, a term Trump used on Sunday in an angry tweet to describe the probe. That's probably where he got that. Donald Trump will watch Fox News, and then he will mirror and parrot what he sees on Fox News. See, we've elected a Fox News viewer to be president of the United States. That's sad. This is like taking your average person. And look, the average age of a Fox News viewer is what? 69, 70? Somewhere around there. Trump, not too far away from that. He's what, 72? Not quite sure on that. I'll get back to you on that. But basically, we took the average Fox News viewer, and as a country, elected him. That's a disaster. That's why he's so dumb. He doesn't actually get facts. He doesn't get exposed to facts. But anyway, that Fox News employee told CNN, quote, that segment and outnumbered, questioning Mueller's integrity, was absurd and deserves all the scorn that it can get. Now, of course, among the establishment, Mueller is actually very well respected, and everything that I've seen about him shows that he seems to be a pretty respectable guy. He seems to be playing it pretty straight and just actually getting at the truth. So I don't have a problem with Mueller. And a lot of Republicans, a lot of Democrats have a lot of respect for Robert Mueller. So, and I think that's coming from that perspective. Now, that person also said that it was laughable seeing Hannity and Ingram, two Fox News opinion hosts who openly supported Trump, tripping over themselves, saying Mueller's team has found nothing thus far. It's an embarrassment, another Fox News employee echoed to CNN. Frankly, there are shows on our network that are backing the president at all costs, and it's that short-term strategy that undermines the good work being done by others. I have yet to see that good work, but all right. So, again, I don't want to go and explain everything that Mueller found, but apparently if you're going to issue indictments, there's a good reason. And look, the indictments might not have nothing directly to do with, or if you want to argue that the indictments for Manafort and Gates don't have anything directly to do with the campaign. Oh, he did it, all this stuff before. That's when he was presenting. It was just about money laundering. It's his own thing, right? We can't really say that about Papadopoulos, which, by the way, has a fun name to say. Papadopoulos. I know. He, look, he worked with the campaign. He was in the campaign. He was a foreign policy advisor. And he's like, kept trying to go and set up meetings with Russians. He's like, hey, by the way, I got this guy in Russia who wants to talk to you. Really? Kept trying to get the campaign. Actually went to, I believe he went to Russia on the behest of somebody higher up in the campaign. You can't really avoid that one. And that's, of course, one of the people, one of the indictments, of course, because of the fact that he did flip and he had been advising the FBI and cooperating with the FBI after getting in trouble. That's the one that Trump and company, I think, are the most afraid of. So, but anyway, as far as this Fox News, these people that are actually speaking out, not publicly, but on the record, speaking out against Fox News and their coverage of Mueller. Look, this is Fox News' MO. Again, they're Trump TV. And there's a reason, right? There's a reason they do this, and that's because it has to do with, number one, access, and number two, money. That's what this is about. And again, of course, as I mentioned before, this is what Fox News was created to do, to protect Republican presidents and to do Republican propaganda. So there's three different factors in here. The base loves it. Number one, it got the money, and then it goes with their original mission. So this is why these Fox News people don't go public, because they want to keep that money. They want to keep their jobs. Part of me understands that, but the other part is like, are you crazy? Why would you stay at a place like that? No, if you have so many problems with it, why don't you leave? And the reason that they don't leave, sadly, always boils down to the money. It's always about the money. It's always about a paycheck. And that's why they will continue to do what they do. And that's why they won't stand up openly against what Fox News is actually doing. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.